yeah, man. Let's just keep it moving, though. We're gonna react to the whole AFCON versus Jamie Carragher, and I want you to watch this. Yeah, this is just like I'm gonna because I talked about my other channel, but I want to go over it on this channel just briefly. Just I want to be very quick with it. Um, oh wait, Kevin Stages actually commented on this. So he says you can debate whether I'm fun or not. You can't debate if I'm successful or if I put black people on. The last two are facts, qualitative facts. I live my dream every single day. I won. Get me? There you go. I won. Anyway, you're coming for that though. We came in for this. Sweet like cotton candy. Hey, that was hot like this. The album. All right, so we're gonna with the AFCON, um, Jamie Carragher. All right, so we're gonna just get straight into this. No delay. We're gonna see what he says. So look how everyone's responding, yeah, in regards to this. Now Jamie Carragher is saying hating on AFCON because he's never experienced such a thrill as this. I'll never forget this night. 300 million people across the world, home and abroad, jumping and screaming. Yeah, look, everyone's making statements. Everybody, but I want that video. He says, where is that video? Here it is, right here.
And he's probably not playing in the major.
Why is it so low?
Maybe got a great chance to win. I think it's either the Champions League or the major tournament. Normally, the player who excels in that. You know, you're looking at sort of Vinny Jr. I think the fact he's probably with Egypt and he's probably not playing in the major tournament as such, or maybe got a great chance to win. I think it's either the Champions.
You see, look, that's where he went wrong. He talked about major tournament. I talk about Egypt, yeah.
I think the fact he's probably with Egypt and he's probably not playing in the major tournament as such, or maybe got a great chance to win. I think it's either the Champions League or the major tournament. Normally, the player who excels in that. You know, you're looking at sort of Vinny Jr. and Mbappe right now. Real Madrid looking really good, going for the Champions League. Liverpool will be in that conversation, but right now he's certainly the front runner. And Roy, what you've said there in terms of getting maybe more Champions League titles, that could actually put him above probably Kenny Legacy and Steven Gerrard in sort of where he ranks in terms of Liverpool legends, because I think right now he's right on their shoulders.
To say AFCON is a major tournament because a lot of people are saying people are taking that. AFCON is a major tournament. Just saying that.
No, Egypt have done the World Cup, haven't they?
No, but AFCON is it's big, wasn't it? Remember when him and Mane was going through it? I'm just saying.
It's a fact. It's a fact. If you win the Euros or you win the Copa America, it's deemed to be big, so the AFCON's in the same level.
Well, I hope he's got a big mantelpiece because he might be able to.
No, he's right. See, look, AFCON, and I'm glad Daniel Sturridge and let me turn it down a bit. I'm glad that Daniel Sturridge and well, first one, Michael Richards and Daniel Sturridge were able to let him know straight away. AFCON is a major tournament. You know what I mean? And you just say that Egypt might not win the World Cup as well. Do you see what I'm saying? Who's to say that, bro? By the way, my name is Versatile. Oh, I already said that. But anyway, so it's like, who is to say that they may not win the World Cup? All right, that you can't. Obviously, you can make predictions and whatever. That's fine. It's fine with making predictions. There's nothing wrong with that. But where you are wrong is where you're making these statements like this, because what this has done, I'm going to show you something. Hold on. Okay, is it home? See if I can go to. Oh, there it goes. Profile. Where is it? All right, so this guy here. Listen to what this guy says, right? Listen to what he says. And I need you to understand something, yeah?
Had been one in January, it wouldn't have a bearing on him winning the Ballon'Dor. Of course it would. I think it's a bit of a storm in a teacup. I don't think anybody's disrespecting the AFCON, and if they are, that's disgusting. But I don't think it's completely not ignored. There hasn't been one in January. If there had been one in January, and Mo Salah, you're telling me if Egypt hadn't won the AFCON, if there had been one in January, it wouldn't have a bearing on him winning the Ballon'Dor? Of course it would. I think it's a bit of a storm in a teacup. I don't think anybody's disrespecting the AFCON, and if they are, that's disgusting. But I don't think...
Who are you? Like, no disrespect, Mark Goldbridge. I've been seeing your name fly about in this. I've been seeing this guy's name fly about, and it's always something negative posted alongside it. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. Who are you to say that nobody's disrespected? I don't think nobody is disrespecting AFCON. Who are you, Brad? Like, relax yourself, bro. If we are saying, if those who are from the African continent, even though I was born and raised in London, UK, but you know what I mean? My family are from Nigeria and that. So it's like, it's always gonna be like, you know what I mean? It's always gonna be hold dear to me, regardless. And it's football, so regardless, I'm gonna respect every piece of the football. So whether it's the Asia Cup, which I really want to learn more of, I can't even lie. You know what I mean? I think it takes part at the same time as the Africa Cup of Nations. Well, the last one did. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you think about it, it's like, yo, you can't be disrespecting. If we are from that culture or those cultures, and we're saying we're feeling like we've been disrespected, and people have reacted in general like it's a disrespect, then think about the initial reactions. By the way, Dan Sturridge, Jamaican heritage. Michael Richard, Jamaican heritage. Do you understand? Their countries are not from the Africa Cup of Nations, yet they were able to let you know that, or let Jamie Carragher know, no, like, slow down, bro. Like, relax. Africa Cup of Nations is a major tournament. Do you understand? It's a major tournament, and this is the issue. Like, you've got people like this trying to say they're not. Anyway, keep them moving. I don't want to talk too much.
I think it's completely not ignored. There hasn't been one in January. If there had been one in January, and Mo Salah had won it with Egypt, it would have...
See, again, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Last year, what the African Cup of Nations took place between January to February. And it's usually between January and February. Usually. Yeah? Usually. It just so happened that this year, I think it'll be held in December. Or let's just say 299 days. Do you know what I mean? So you tell me, and that technically still is going to be one in January, technically. Do you know what I mean? So what is he talking about? And if Egypt were to win it, would it have a bearing on whether he wins Ballon'Dor? Now here's the issue: the Ballon'Dor is going to be before then. And so, or during that time. So maybe yes, maybe no. Who knows? But I'm gonna show you something afterwards. Yeah. Let's go. Let's keep moving. Let's keep. I don't know.
Have had an influence on his year and claims for the Ballon'Dor. Does it get as much smoke as the Euros? No, it doesn't. But maybe that's because it's in January and not a lot.
No, Mark Coldred, whatever your name is, that's not how it works. And I'm gonna prove him wrong and prove anyone wrong in regards to this situation here, because we're not gonna belittle the Africa Cup of Nations and the impact it makes. Yeah. So I may be saying like, because I don't have to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna just keep it moving because I can't pause every second.
Not as many people watch it, or maybe it's because...
What do you mean not many people watch it? There's a lot of people that watch it. You may not watch it, and that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? You may not watch it, and that's fair enough. Just because you don't watch it doesn't mean other people don't watch it. But as far as I saw last season, the last Africa Cup of Nations, there were plenty of people that watched it. There were plenty of people that even were in Ivory Coast, in Cote d'Ivoire, watching it as well. Plenty. And then not only that, right? Not only that, you have notable people, within the entertainment industry, especially within the UK scene that I know of, or that I'm aware of. They were there. Do you know what I mean? I believe what's his name? His name's Bobby Kisanga's brother. I know he was there. I know, or one of his many brothers was there. Put it that way. Like, if you know, you know, and he plays football as well, and he MCs as well. Funny enough. But let's keep moving. Yeah.
Because fairly or unfairly, people think it's a harder tournament to win. I mean, it's a bit like saying I won the Carabao Cup. Well, I won the Champions League. Well, you've got to respect me for it. Well, yeah, I do respect you. Well done for winning the Carabao Cup, but the Champions League's harder to win.
No, see, this is the issue I'm having with this guy. Like, this guy is jarring. Because look, I'll be real with you. Look, it's not to say it's the African Cup of Nations like the Carabao Cup, and they always try to say the Carabao Cup is a Mickey Mouse Cup or whatever, and people don't take that serious, and it's easy to win or harder to win. Put it this way, when it comes to cup competition, generally speaking, they're never easy or hard to win. You just need to defeat the opponent that's in front of you. And depending how the tournament is organized, you just have to go through those preliminaries. It's as simple as that. It's that simple. So, is the African Cup of Nations harder to win? Most definitely. But guess who's won it the most? Egypt. Guess who's from Egypt? Mo Salah. So naturally, he wants to win it. And it's so funny because it's like, Mo Salah hasn't even said anything. This is all based on Jamie Carragher's idea of thinking or having an opinion that he will not win the Ballon'Dor. Like he deservedly. This is what's so funny here. Like, he deserves to win the Ballon'Dor, but he won't win the Ballon'Dor because he plays for Egypt and they don't play in a major competition. That's he's thinking. Definitely wrong to be thinking that way because that's not how it works. You understand? But let's keep it moving.
And I think that the Euros, I don't know why the Euros is more popular, and I don't know why the Euros is.
Do you know why the Euros is more popular? I'll give you a simple breakdown to why the Euros is quote unquote more popular. Because if you're living in the Western world, it is projected and promoted that way. They're going to promote their stuff naturally. Like, if it wasn't such a major tournament, would the FIFA president show up? No. Now, here's the other thing I want to mention as well. The situation between whether, and this is what I'm saying. The coverage as well of the tournament when it happens. Organizations like Live Sports, they don't give proper coverage. That's the issue. If Sky Sports is or Live Sports is such a major component within the sports industry as far as in the UK, think about it. If all they're showing is that, if they're showing a little piece of it, and that's how they're doing it. But versus if they show the Euros, when the game is over, they're still talking about it. They're still showing them walk through the tunnel, the this, that, and the third. When it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, for example, this happened last year. Like, I kid you not. Whenever someone was whenever a game was over, they would cut it off straight away. Game's over, done. Euros. Let's talk about this player, where he may potentially go after the Euros. this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. If you think I'm lying, you can go see that for yourself. I say see it for yourself, but obviously now some things are edited and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of a time. In fact, Twitter is a great example. Go to Twitter. We won't do it today, but like on Twitter, you can do it on your own time. But in the world of Twitter, you will see the difference on how people talk about Africa Cup of Nations before that. And even then, they said the VR was better. Anyway.
Is more popular than the AFCON. I'd say, in my opinion, better quality teams at a better time of the year. So
if you don't watch the African Cup of Nations, you do not know in regards to what the better quality of teams mean. That means nothing. Listen, a better quality team. Did you watch the African Cup of Nations last year? At that time of the year, I have never in my life seen such high quality football. Like high quality from start to finish. From start to finish, and they're playing in a hot temperature. And there was mid breaks in between. Because they have to cool their body down. Because it's too hot. Are you in? Listen, I'm telling you something here from now. Yeah, I promise you. I think there was. I don't know how many goals were scored again. I think there was over. We can double search after this. In fact, we'll double search if I remember what the question was. How many goals were scored? But that's not the case I'm trying to make here. Because I want to make sure I stay on subject. Because last time when I was talking about this, I didn't really stay on subject. But yeah, the quality of the team with every single team, like every single team, from Burkina Faso to Congo to Nigeria to Equatorial Guinea to Guinea-Bissau, like these teams, I'm telling you, like the quality of teams was so good that even when Egypt, like even though teams like Egypt and Morocco were more or less usually our favorites, yeah, they got knocked out. Even Algeria got knocked out. So when you're talking about high, like the quality of teams are poor, you don't know what you're talking about. Like you don't know what you're talking about. Come on, man.
So Carabao Cup's not as big as the FA Cup, is it? You know, I just think in life we don't have to make an argument out of everything. And I don't think Carragher yet again put it across as well as he could have done. But I didn't think he was sat there going, the AFCON's a joke and nobody respects it. I think what he was actually saying is that playing for Egypt hinders Mo Salah a little bit. And I've been saying this for ages. I've been saying it for years. If Mo Salah was French or Brazilian, and obviously
there you go. If Mo Salah was French or Brazilian,
he doesn't want to be, and he's a proud Egyptian, and so he should be. But in a footballing sense, where you're born impacts on how much you get rated. You know,
where you're born gets impacted on how you get rated. Do you see the nonsense that is spewing out his mouth? The nonsense that is spewing out his mouth. You see the undertones that Carragher and these other pundits and these other people make. They create people like this. And what tends to happen is they regurgitate the same thing, but they regurgitate it in a way where Carragher didn't say it exactly that, did he? He didn't say it like that. We all heard what he said. Now, if he wants to agree and say, well, I agree, maybe. If he does want to agree with Carragher to say, yeah, it may hinder him, fine. I will prove him wrong. I will still prove him wrong, right? Now, also, I do want to add that when it comes down to it, let's think about this, yeah? Drogba's rated, right? He played in the AFCON before, right? And he sees it as a major tournament. So much so that, you know what I mean? If you know the story, you know the story. George Weah, he's rated highly. He's even won a Ballon'Dor. You know what I'm saying? He won, and I think even the same year, he won the Africa Cup of Nations. No, Limited African Cup of Nations. He won the African Player of the Year and stuff of that nature. So look, at the end of the day, you've got to focus. It's not about how you're born, where you're born is where you're rated. Because even those who like, the fact that you mentioned France, we have to mention something about the French team. The majority of that French team. Oh, how do you fumble like that, Pedro? I shouldn't be talking about football here, although I'm talking about football. Funny enough, like, so basically, it's like you got to focus that at the end of the day, the French team itself, the French team itself, that at least 95% of that first team, is of a descendant of like African countries. That, you know what I mean? The French, you know what I mean? And although some of them may have been born in that country in terms of France, it is what it is, right? So the problem I'm having with this person's thought process is so ignorant that you have to focus on the simple fact that in life, you cannot be trying to speak for someone else. Just speak for yourself. Because then because now if Jamie Carragher sees this, he's going to have to say, no, that's not what I meant. He could have said it plainly and just said, he could easily say, I know I said AFCON isn't a major tournament. I know Daniel Sturridge and Michael Richards corrected me, but I'll still stand. He can still say, I still stand by him not winning the Ballon'Dor because of AFCON or whatever, because he's been runner up like twice for AFCON. And if I remember in those years, you know what I mean? If he was to back it up by facts, is that I remember in those years he wasn't even put in the team of the year or this, that, blah. If he did it like that, then it's a different story. You know what I mean? It's a different story. And that's not even that's not in the case of him belittling the African Cup of Nations. That's literally letting people know that, okay, I'm hearing you loud and clearly. Very lucky move.
You know, if you are Brazilian or French or English, you know, you are going to get hyped up more than you are if you're South Korean or you are Egyptian, and that's just the way it's always been. And maybe that should change, because the people who can change that are the people in power. But I don't think it comes down to a disrespect for the AFCON. I really, really don't.
What? So he wants to end with, it's not disrespect. It is disrespect, and then you disrespected the AFCON even further. Like, he made it 10 times worse. But anyway, let me show you something. So, how many goals was 117 goals were scored, yeah. AFCON 2023. 119, just by 2 goals. You know what I mean? Attendance per match, 1 million. You see that, right? The tops. All right, let's see. I just want to see something. Let's see. The 117 goals that went in. I didn't know there was 117. I thought it was kind of less than that. But still, two goals more. They have scored 2 goals. The African Cup of Nations has scored 2 goals more. All right. So now we're going to react. We're going to see. Look at the Ballon'Dor. Full list. I just want to show you something. Even if we have to go to Wikipedia or whatnot. You know what I mean? You have to go to Wikipedia, is what it is, like I said. Winners by country. No, we don't do it that way. We want to do it. Let's go to this one. All right, so look, fair. Look at this. Ademola Lookman, Nigerian. He played in the African Cup of Nations, right? He came 14th. He came 14th in the Ballon'Dor list. 14th. And he had a phenomenal Africa Cup of Nations, right? He had a phenomenal Africa Cup of Nations. And this is even despite Victor Osimhen being the African Player of the Year, like at that time. And now he's got that crown. Ademola Lookman's got that crown. So what are we talking about? Like, I'm just gonna what are we talking about? You understand? What are we talking about? All right. And then I want to see something here. Let's see. Okay, Ballon'Dor. So okay. Let's talk about the feminine one, the women one. Let's see. And look, Zambia, Barbara Bando, she came 12th. 12th. She played in the Women's African Cup of Nations, if memory serves correctly. But wait, let's talk about the men's squad, because I know some of you to be like, what about the men's squad? What about the men's squad? All right, so all right, Copper Trophy, that's a young trophy, yeah. All right, cool. Guess what? Kareem Konate, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast. This is another one that had a great Africa Cup of Nations. Do you understand? So what we talking about? All right. Yasin Trophy. You know what I mean? Goalkeeper of the Year. Guess who also was there? South Africa. Ronwen Williams. And look, Mamelodi Sundowns. That is an African team. That's a South African team, by the way, as you can see. So what we talking about? So when you say has no bearings, like, let's just stop that hype. Let's stop that nonsense. I'm ready to just debunk the myth, right? All right. So that's that one there, yeah? All right, boom. Let's go to the next one. Cool. Highest goal scorers. Makes sense. Men's Club of the Year. All right. Women's Club of the Year. Cool. Men's trophy. Okay. Cool. There was something else. Team of the Year. Who had the Team of the Year? This is what I want to get to. Team of the Year. Ballon'Dor. Team of the Year. This is the complete list, yeah. Let's go to the complete list, because that's what we want to see. We want to see the complete list. Reject all that. All right. So Rod, obviously, look, the person who's won it. See that 1995, George Ware won it in 1995, and he played in the Africa Cup of Nations. By the way, what we talking? I think he's the only African to have won it. Actually, he is. Hold on. Right, Kevin Keegan's won Ballon'Dor. I didn't know that. Yeah, George Ware is the only African aside. Yeah, technically, yeah, because Ronaldo, you could. Anyway, let's keep moving. Women. Okay, we already know about the women's. We'll talk about the men. Where's the team? Where's the team? The team. I'm looking for the team. The team. Like, what's going on, Brad? Gumby, you want the team? I want to show you something. I want to show you something.
Okay, but let's say rest. I'm gonna make you rest on space. Yeah.
All right, focus. All right. Where's the team of the year, bruv? All right, so you ready? All right, so boom.
Now isolating Salisu and pulling off an absolute world-class strike. His first ever.
Why is that doing that like that? I never. All right, listen. By the way, like, I don't. Okay, there you go. It's a combined list. Either way, it doesn't matter. You saw in the you saw what I saw, right? You saw what I saw. So all I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, we have to understand that the reality of it all is you can't put yourself in a position and say, "Oh, Ballon'Dor. If they play for Africa Cup of Nations, they're not going to win Ballon'Dor." Ronwen Williams plays for a South African club. You know what I'm saying? And he's in that list. Adama Lookman plays for Nigeria, and he played in the African Cup of Nations. So what are we talking? You know what I mean? All right, look, lastly, we're gonna get into I know we're gonna react to the Drake lawsuit, but we ain't got time for that. We're gonna react to the whole